Have you ever felt like your prayers were hitting a brass ceiling? Like you were standing in a soundproof room, shouting into a void, only to have the silent vibration of your own desperate words rattle back into your soul? I see you. I know that feeling with an intimacy I wish I didn't. I have lived through entire seasons of my life in that suffocating quiet, that holy silence where you begin to wonder if the God you've staked your life on has simply walked away. I remember it vividly. It feels like living your life in grayscale, while all around you, the world is exploding in breathtaking color. You see friends getting the breakthrough, colleagues landing the dream job, families celebrating milestones, and their joy is a broadcast in vivid, high definition. Meanwhile, your own life feels like a grainy, black and white film, stuck on a loop of the same disappointing scene. The ache of it is a physical weight. You learn to perform, don't you? Oh, you become a master actor on the stage of your own life. You learn how to paint on a smile with the skill of a makeup artist, how to modulate your voice to project a confidence you don't feel, how to offer encouragement to others from a well that has long since run dry. The effort is exhausting. It's a constant, low-grade drain on your spirit, this heavy costume of "I'm fine." You can be in a room full of people, laughing at a joke, and feel as isolated as a castaway on a deserted island. Because behind the mask, behind the carefully curated performance, is a heart crying out, "Does anyone see me? Does he see me?" You lie awake at 3 a.m., and the darkness becomes a projection screen for your greatest failures. Every missed opportunity, every foolish decision, every door that slammed shut in your face plays out in a cruel highlight reel. And in that darkness, a venomous whisper begins to slither into your thoughts. Maybe you weren't meant for more. Maybe you misheard his voice. Maybe you've been chasing a ghost. If any of this resonates with you, if the landscape I'm describing feels like the neighborhood you're living in right now, then I need you to give me your undivided attention. I'm not here to offer you flimsy platitudes or cheerful, hollow reassurances. I am here to sit with you in that gray, silent place for a moment. And then, as someone who has found the path out, to tell you a profound and life-altering truth. That silence is not an absence. That wilderness is not abandonment. It is the classroom of the Most High. You have not been forgotten. My friend, you have been enrolled. The University of the Wilderness. The first and hardest lesson to learn is that God's methods often feel like they're opposite. We pray for strength, and He allows us to be pushed to our absolute breaking point, revealing a weakness that only He can fill. We pray for patience, and He places us in a divine waiting room, where every clock seems to have stopped. We pray for intimacy with Him, and He leads us into a desert, a place stripped of all worldly comfort and distraction, so that He is the only source of life available. I used to believe, as perhaps you do now, that my seasons of hardship were a sign of God's displeasure. I thought I was being punished for some past sin, or that I had fallen off His radar. It felt like I was being buried under the heavy soil of disappointment. But I've lived long enough to learn a vital truth from the Master Gardener. We are not being buried, we are being planted. The darkness is not a tomb, it is a womb for transformation. A seed cannot become what it is destined to be, a mighty tree that provides shade and bears fruit without first being broken open in the dark, hidden soil. That breaking process, that silent, unseen struggle, as the roots push down into the unknown, is where true strength is born. What you are feeling right now That sense of being pressed, of being held in the fire, is not his punishment, it is his purification. I want you to picture a master goldsmith. He takes a lump of raw, unrefined gold, full of impurities and dross. He doesn't just admire it, he places it into the crucible, into the hottest part of the flame. He doesn't do this to destroy the gold. He does it because he knows the precious potential hidden within it. He keeps his eye on it intently, turning up the heat until all the worthless impurities burn away and rise to the surface. And how does he know when the process is complete? He knows it's ready when he can look into the molten gold and see his own reflection clearly. That is what this season is about. God is holding you in the refining fire of your circumstances because he is burning away everything that is not of him. He is burning away the pride that says, I can do this on my own. He is burning away the insecurity that seeks validation from the world's applause. He is burning away the fear that keeps you clinging to what is comfortable instead of stepping into your calling. It is a painful, searing process, but its purpose is to leave you with a brilliance and purity that will reflect his glory to a watching world. Every tear you've shed is not wasted. It is holy water, softening the hard ground of your heart, preparing it for the new life he is about to bring forth. The view from the other side of the tapestry. One of the greatest sources of our anguish is the inability to make sense of our story. We look at the events of our lives and see a chaotic, tangled mess. We see rejection, failure, betrayal, loss, a series of random, painful threads. We try so desperately to find a pattern, a reason, but it all looks like a mistake. Let me offer you an analogy that has been a lifeline for me. Imagine a master weaver creating a magnificent tapestry. From our perspective, sitting on the floor beneath the great loom, all we can see is the underside. It's a chaotic jumble of knotted threads, dangling ends, and colors that seem to clash. We see a dark, ugly thread of pain and pull at it, asking, why is this here? It's ruining everything. We see a bright, beautiful thread of joy suddenly get snipped off and knotted. And we cry out in confusion, that was the best part! Why did you cut it? From our vantage point, the work is nonsensical, perhaps even cruel. But the weaver, standing above the loom, sees the masterpiece he is creating. He sees the grand design. He knows that the dark, ugly thread of suffering you despise is absolutely essential to create the depth and contrast that will make the golden thread of your triumph shine all the more brightly. He knows that the snipped thread of a past season had to end precisely there to make way for a new, even more beautiful color to be introduced. From the vantage point of my own life, I can now look back and see the top side of the tapestry he was weaving. Those closed doors that shattered my heart at the time, I see now that they were his divine protection, steering me away from a path that would have led to compromise and destruction. That career opportunity I was devastated to lose, I see now that it would have demanded my integrity in ways I wasn't prepared for. That relationship that ended in heartbreak, I recognize it now as his mercy, saving me from a future of toxicity that would have suffocated my soul. And the delays. Oh, the agonizing delays that made me feel like God had forgotten his promises. I now understand them as his strategic, perfect timing. He was not just preparing the blessing for me, he was preparing me for the blessing. He was coordinating people, resources, and circumstances with the precision of a master conductor, waiting for the exact moment when every instrument was in tune to produce a symphony so beautiful it would take my breath away. Your life is not a series of accidents. It is a tapestry. You may only see the tangled underside right now, but I promise you, the master weaver is at work, and the design he is creating with your life will leave you in absolute awe when you finally see it from his perspective. The sacred invitation of this moment. It is no accident that you are hearing these words at this exact moment in your life. The algorithms of technology did not bring you here. The loving orchestration of heaven did. This moment is a divine appointment, an interruption in your regularly scheduled despair, designed to awaken you to the reality of what is happening in the spiritual realm. There is a great shaking occurring across the earth. The foundations that the world has taught us to trust, financial systems, political structures, social stability, are revealing themselves to be built on sand. People are anxious, searching for something solid to stand on. This shaking is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you. It is God's way of demolishing the idols of comfort and false security, so that we will learn to build our lives on the only foundation that can never be shaken, Him. That holy unrest you feel in your spirit, that dissatisfaction with the status quo, that deep, unquenchable hunger for something more meaningful that is not you being ungrateful or unrealistic. That is the trumpet call of God in your soul, calling you higher, deeper, and further. You were not created to simply exist, to survive, to pay bills and die. You were designed to be a conduit of His power, to shake nations with your simple obedience, to be a beacon of authentic light in an age of artificial illumination. But to step into this extraordinary life, you must first answer the invitation, and the doorway He is opening for you is a narrow one. It requires that you travel light. All the heavy baggage you've been carrying for years simply will not fit through. This is your moment of decision. You must conduct an inventory of your heart. That unforgiveness you've been holding onto, replaying the hurt over and over again, it's a poison you are drinking, hoping the other person will suffer. You must lay it down at the foot of the cross. Release them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. The bitterness that has taken root in your heart, coloring every new experience with the pain of your past, you must surrender it. It is choking out the possibility of future joy. And most importantly, that relentless voice of self-condemnation that plays on a loop in your mind, the one that lists all your disqualifications, you must silence it with the overriding truth of His grace. When it whispers, "You are a failure," you must declare, "I am a child of God, and He redeems my failures." When it hisses, "It's too late for you," you must proclaim, "My God is a God of restoration, who makes all things new." This is the work. This is the choice. Will you say yes? Not a timid, hesitant maybe, but a resounding gut-level yes to His process, His timeline, and His purpose for your life, even without seeing the full picture. The dawn is breaking. When you make that choice, when you surrender your timeline and trust His, everything begins to shift. Your breakthrough has not been lost or denied. It has been accumulating interest in the vaults of heaven, waiting for the appointed moment of your readiness. I want you to understand that your victory is not just for you. Your faithfulness today is planting trees of hope for future generations. The way you walk through this fire will become a roadmap for others who are lost in the smoke. Your story of redemption will become the key that unlocks someone else's prison of despair. So, I speak this over you now, as a father would bless his child. Lift up your head. Your latter days will be greater than your former days. What the enemy intended to use to destroy you, God is now turning into the foundation of your greatest good. What was stolen will be restored with interest. What was broken is being rebuilt into something more beautiful and resilient than before. The very breath you are breathing right now is pregnant with the fragrance of promise. The beat of your heart is the drumline of revival. The tears still glistening in your eyes are the first raindrops of a coming flood of blessing. Do not turn away from this sacred moment. Heaven has paused for this conversation between His heart and yours. If this message has found its home in your spirit, take a step of faith. Acknowledge it. Find a community of believers. Share your story, even the messy parts. Your testimony is a powerful weapon. This is your moment. This is your awakening. This is your divine invitation into the extraordinary life you were always created to live. Now, stand firm and watch what the Lord our God will do.